receiving God's answers to your prayers. God made man in his image. All those who know how to receive him can realize the divinity sleeping within them by expanding the powers of the mind. Being children of God, we have potential dominion over all things in his universe, even as he has. The question arises, why is it that many of our wishes are not fulfilled and that many of God's children suffer intensely? God, with his divine impartiality, could not make one child better than another. He originally made all souls alike, and in his image. They also receive the greatest gifts of God, freedom of the will, and power to reason and to act accordingly. Somewhere, sometime in the past, men have broken the various laws of God and accordingly have brought about lawful results. All men have been given absolute liberty to use human reason wrongly or rightly. Misuse of God-given reason leads to sin, which is the cause of suffering. The right use leads to virtue, the precursor of happiness. God, with his infinite nobility, would not punish us. We punish ourselves through our own unreasonable actions and reward ourselves through our own good conduct. This alone explains why God's responsibility ended when he endowed man with reason and with free will. Man has misused this God-given independence and thus has brought upon himself ignorance, physical suffering, premature death, and other ills. He reaps what he sows. The law of cause and effect applies to all lives. All the todays in one's life are determined by the actions of all the yesterdays, and all the tomorrows of one's life depend upon the way in which all the todays are handled and lived. Thus it is that man, although created in the image of God and potentially endowed with his powers, loses his claim and birthright to dominion over his Father's universe through his own faults and self-imposed limitations. The misuse of reason and the identification of the soul with the transitory body or with environmental or hereditary or world influences are responsible for man's despairs and miseries. How a sleeping son of God may become an awakened son of God. Yet the fact remains that every human being, however wrong outwardly, is potentially a son of God. Even the greatest of sinners is but an unawakened son of God, a sleeping immortal who refuses fully to receive his light by clarifying his consciousness. In John 1:12 we find written, "But as many as received him, to them gave he power to become the sons of God, even to them that believe on his name." The ocean cannot be received in a cup unless the cup is made as large as the ocean. Likewise, the cup of human concentration and human faculties must be enlarged in order to comprehend God. Receiving denotes capacity acquired by self-development. It is different from mere belief. How the belief of being a son of God can become a realization? The purport of St. John's words is that those sleeping sons of God who awake by following the law of spiritual discipline receive or feel God by developed intuition and thus regain their latent powers as sons of God. It is ignorance that prompts man to imagine his littleness and limitations. Ignorance is the sin of all sins. It is the man sleeping in delusion who acknowledges and emphasizes his dream of human weaknesses. It is wrong for a soul in the garb of the ego to believe itself limited by the body, instead of knowing itself as part of the unlimited spirit. It is good and right to believe that one is a son of God, rather than the son of a mortal only, for it is metaphysically true that man is essentially made in the image of God. It is an error, therefore, for one to imagine that he is a perishable creature. Even by belief alone, one may gradually cultivate his intuitive knowing and someday realize his true soul nature as a son of God. Hence, a wayward child must start by believing this truth, as belief is the initial condition for testing and knowing a truth. When in trouble, one automatically prays to an unknown God and expects relief. If freed from trouble, even incidentally, he believes his prayers were heard and responded to by God. But should his prayer request remain ungranted, he becomes confused and begins to lose faith in God.